Welcome in, friends. I'm kind of dead inside right now. Not because I'm tired, but because I just recorded this whole video. It was 22 minutes long, only to realize that my mic was muted. I sang into everything. I danced a little bit. I feel so defeated right now.
Just do it!
Alright guys, let's do this again. So, before my first take of this, I went on a big rant of how big of a fanboy I am of Phantasy Star Online. So, I probably won't have the same level of enthusiasm, but I'll just run through it again, okay? Phantasy Star Online universe has been life-changing to me. I remember playing it back on my GameCube growing up. Me and my friend Kwame, we would play it all day, all night, several days a week. It was just life consuming, just having that one little town and your those little yellow penguins and the Mesta and all the gear and just how crazy the music was and futuristic. I just loved it as a kid. It was everything I wanted. I had like every character slot filled. I loved being the little androids that shot guns for whatever reason and being a magic user later. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was a little when it came to playing that game. Because honestly, I was a kid, and kids like repetition, and they don't like change and new things. So I kind of stayed in that home world, that first green forest planet, until I was like 36, level 36, not age 36. Jeez. And it took Kwame just one day taking my account and going, let's see how far we can get this thing. Because that was just the one I played by myself. When me and Kwame played, I felt more comfortable to explore and go with him, but he took my level 36 account that I played solo in the forest, and he basically almost beat the game. And at that point I realized that as a kid anyways, so like I said, that game was life-changing to me. But this game isn't that. This isn't PSO2, which is also another great game. Instead, this is a gacha game. It's called IDOLA Phantasy Star Online Saga. And IDOLA just means idol. There's these idols in the game, things like that. Now, this is an expectation video. This isn't what to expect. This is purely, I've seen some gameplay. I've listened to the soundtrack, which is amazing, by the way. And I have experience with the IP. I haven't listened to reviews. I haven't done a ton of research. And I don't know the optimal way to play the game right now. I'm starting all of that research after this video is done. But I wanted to make an expectations based off of the hype, the community, the experience that I've had with this IP, and give a little bit of expectations based off of what I've seen of the gameplay. Knowing Gacha very well, and knowing the IP very well, and then just seeing it. So my first expectation is for it to be fluid. This game has been out for a very long time on the Asianic servers. It's finally getting a global launch, and we are getting, from what I can tell, the vanilla version of the game. So we're going to be several years behind. So this game is going to get a lot of content over the course of a few years very quickly, which is great for us. It's going to seem like a brand new world out there. It's going to give us the ability to walk away from everything that's going on in those servers and relive these metas, to relive the process and see what changes, and to grow new attachment to these players and these characters. So first and foremost, I think that's pretty cool. I think that knowing that I can get addicted to this game, and it's going to be around for a very long time because it already has been, and they already have several years of content saved up for me. I expect the story to be... Phantasy Star's never been one to have the greatest story. It's always been a world-building game. It's always been an immersion game. But the stories you encounter are oftentimes weird. They don't really make sense a ton of the time. I remember in Phantasy Star Online 2, I jumped into it late, and I had no idea what was going on. It was the weirdest storyline I had ever watched. So I don't expect much from the story content of this game. I expect it, since it is going to be a global launch, to be a bit better, to probably even be a bit simple But what I expect is for us to really enjoy the thematics of the game, to really enjoy the art, to really enjoy the UX, to really enjoy the soundtrack. Oh my gosh, I already love the soundtrack. And I think the IDOLA process of where you pick some of your units to combine and then you make this monster that other people battle is a really cool mechanic. Also, I'm really intrigued by the battle system because we control both the chaos and the good guys. So we control both, and we have to manage our two different parties at the same time. So are we going to decide to ramp up the good guys? Are we going to decide to ramp up the bad guys? Are we going to try to keep them even? Like, those are decisions that we get to make that I've never got to make before in a gacha game, and I'm looking forward to that process personally. And also, there's a very small cast of initial players. I think there's like 5-star units when it first starts out. I think. And so I think that makes re-rolling not that important. I think it makes the progression in the game that much better. It makes saving your crystals that much easier. And really just focusing on Mesta and growing attached to the characters and getting used to the game. So I'm all for those things. So I expect, based off the gameplay that I've seen, I expect Fate Grand Order type of combat. It doesn't look like the most immersive combat system. You seem to be there more for the thematics, for the progression system, for the character art. I have heard a rumor from a couple of people that I've talked to that are interested in this game that they are updating the combat graphics to be more of a 3D style instead of the 2D style that's there now. Now, if they actually update the graphics in the combat itself to closer to the traditional IP standards, this game could really do well. Now, I expect to be moderately confused by the equipment systems, but as long as they keep the currencies that they offer us to a minimum, mainly like Mesta and in-game crystal type currency, if they can just keep us at those two things, I'm going to be fine with the equipment system and the shenanigans that come our way and the skill developments and things like that. Overall, I'm moderately optimistic that this game is going to be something that I play for a while. I don't have the expectations that this is going to be better than Genshin Impact or I'm going to enjoy it more than Guardian Tales. But I think this seems like the traditional, original type of gachas that we all fell in love. It kind of has that Puzzles and Dragons type of art style to it that I really got attached to. It seems to have interesting character designs. It's futuristic. You get very new and unique mechanics to this game through the IDOLA and the team compositions. I think that there's a lot to explore in this game and to be interested in. So in terms of interest level, it's not like a 9 out of a 10 for me. In terms of how I expect it to be, probably like a 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I expect it to be a good game. I expect it to be something that catches my attention for a while, even through Genshin Impact maybe. But I don't know that it's gonna be something that replaces Guardian Tales for me. But we'll find out. I'm really excited, and this soundtrack is amazing. Guys, if you like this video, like and subscribe. I got a lot more in the works. My Discord has a picture in it of all the videos that I'm working on. It's like 26 plus videos. There's a lot coming out. And that's not including all the news videos that I have to make of all the things that I don't know that are about to happen. So be sure to like, subscribe, comment below, become my friend. I need more of those. Also, let me know what you think of these flags. I hung them up yesterday thinking that would make my background a little bit more interesting, but hey, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's distracting. Let me know. Peace.